I've got a real love for French computers, and we've covered quite a few on the channel. And it's time to step back into that world and cover another one. And this time, we're dipping back into Thomson's library of machines. And here it is, the Thomson MO6. It's a wonderful all-in-one machine, and that's normally not a great thing given how unreliable tape decks tend to be. But the one built in this pretty much follows my experience with all Thomson tape decks, and it works well still. Let's hope that's not a bit of a curse on myself. I will be, obviously with a built-in tape deck, the other thing is we can't have an external tape deck in, so we will be using this Bluetooth tape to actually load software on. The MO6 was released in France in 1986, quite far into the 8-bit computer era, and in Italy as the Olivetti Prodest 128 the following year, and it was on the market until 1989. It did also turn up in Spain as well. It's a follow-up to the Thomson MO5 and uses the same 6809E processor, but there's improvements in pretty much every other area. For instance, in graphics, it's capable of 7 different graphic modes with resolutions of 160 by 200, 320 by 200 and 640 by 200, and colours ranging from 2 to 16, all these from a palette of 4,096 colours. Compare this to the MO5, which had 2 modes, and whilst it could use 16 colours, it had a more limited palette. Probably the most obvious change was the inclusion of 128k of memory compared to the MO5's 32k. The MO6 was effectively a combination of the MO5 and TO8, maintaining the compatibility of its home predecessor while getting some of the improvements from the more business-oriented computer. Right, so there we have it. Let's have a look around. It looks lovely, like all French computers pretty much do. Yeah, we've got our integrated tape deck here. Standard stuff. There's a ROM slot there. I'm hoping this is coming through, by the way. This is a very, very white computer, and so it's getting a lot of light. So hopefully we'll be able to sort that out with colour balance later on. Anyhow, yes, the keyboard is a slightly off-white colour. It is normally. This is, I think, a bit yellow, but not much. That genuinely is a yellow enter button. Yeah, they always have a little bit of colour in these things, which I love. Other than that, not a huge amount around. There's a nice big chunky power button. Right over here we have a reset button, 2 joystick ports. That's a sealed aerial socket, and that's the port for the light pen. Don't have that, unfortunately. I had that on the other machines, as you'll see in my other videos, and they are lovely. This is a SCART port, pretty standard for computers of this era in France. This is an audio socket, I believe. That's a printer socket, and that's an expansion socket. It could take some of the expansions that the MO5 could. Right. Well, yes, there we go. It is a gorgeous machine. I really do like the look of French computers. They spent a bit more time on styling, and I think it's worth it. Anyhow, not much more to say about the computer. It's a lovely 8-bit computer. What we should do is powering it on, and I'm going to have to use my laptop, which you can probably just see in the corner here, because my capture system, it's not its fault this time, it's my fault. I've lost the specially prepared hard drive, but this should capture the stuff fine, so I won't have to record off the screen. Back in a sec. And here we are. So this is the boot up screen for the MO6. If you had a ROM card in, that would appear as a separate option. We have 2 basics, one because we've got the 128K inside this computer, as you can see from the text at the top, and the other one is just standard basic, which would be almost identical to what was in the MO5. And the bottom bit is the preferences. So we can take a little look at that. There we go. So we can change the colours. We can change the speed of the cassettes. Whatever that one is. And we can return. So yeah, read French. There you go. You'll now know what that is. Despite being part French, my French is awful. Right. So the Bluetooth cassette is in the deck. What we need to do now is just connect to the Bluetooth cassette with my laptop, not the one I'm recording on, obviously, because we don't want to do that. And that is hopefully now connected. So we should now be able to, first of all, find wherever it was I put the cassettes images. We've now found them. So what we do is we're going to drop into basic. So let's drop into 128K basic. Should be all right. And we can open up, let's open up Green Beret first. And we'll load up this first one in full, and then we'll skip the next lot. I think this one loads using run. Like, no, back, there's delete. There we go. And if we hit play on the Bluetooth deck and then play this, there we go. Right. So let's redefine the keys. Oh, we can use the cursors. Now, I've already played this game, and I'm as bad at this as I am on every other version of it. So, you know, that's got to say something. Right, here we go. It's not the greatest version. It's a bit slow, a bit ponderous, but it looks all right. There's a bit of colour in there. Ooh, that's scrolling though. Oh, this is not going to run well for me. Or is it? No, it's not. Anyway, so there's Green Beret. Yeah, obviously came out a lot of machines, Green Beret, but this isn't the best version, but it's not terrible either. There's definitely worse versions. But let's go to another one, and we'll skip the loading completely this time. Right, and this is Sorcery. There's been quite a gap between the end of Green Beret and this, because nothing else would load. There are several ways of loading games on the MO6, but just some of them just weren't loading. However, Sorcery is loaded, and this is an MO5 game, so that's good. I don't know how to play it. Manette or clavier? Clavier. Come on, 2. All right, had to use the... Right, yeah, so just using the cursors. Excellent. Yes, I mean, I think I played this... I need to get that. There we go. I think I played this when I did the MO5, I believe. But yeah, interesting... an interesting game. You have to pick up different things, and different things will defeat different enemies. Anyway, yeah, there we go. That's the MO6. It's a lovely machine. It has all the lovely styling of most French computers, and of this era, anyway. And it's not terribly unpowered, but yeah, it came out quite late. So wasn't really competing with anything in the market as such, because things were already moving on. Although it also proves exactly how long the 8-bit market lasted in Europe, longer than a lot of journalists, and I use that in quotes, would claim. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit like. If you really like the video, please hit subscribe. If you didn't like the video or you have something else to say, then please leave it in the comments below. See you next time.